What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to TK Sports Talk, where today we're going to talk about my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. And if you're a fan like me and you happen to be watching this channel and you're an Eagles fan like I said, then we're talking about none other than our Philadelphia Eagles. So let's go ahead and dive right into it, and let's just get into the celebration. The Eagles have started out the season on a hot tear. They are now 3-0 after an impressive win, and I'm going to say it was an impressive win over the Detroit Lions. Yes, I know they are the stinking Detroit Lions. At least we know them as the stinking Detroit Lions. But the Lions, coming off of last year, the way they ended last year, and the way that I've seen them play over the past couple weeks, they are no longer the stinking Detroit Lions. They're just the Detroit Lions, okay? And they look like a pretty good team, almost better than average. They play very hard, and that's a team that's on the come, all right? So when the season's over and we look at their record, we'll look back and we'll think, you know what? To come out in the first game of the season after they came off of Hard Knocks and all the emotion that was in the building, being in the loud dome, being on the road, not being quite 100% ready with your endurance, because we know how training camps are now. It's a little bit light now. They want to make sure the players get through, and I'm all for it, because I hate to have a guy injured because he's trying to prove something in training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pay too much money out here for tickets and gambling and whatever else you do with your money, okay? All right, but that was an impressive win to come out there and get that win against the Detroit Lions. And then on a Monday night home opener in Philadelphia, after Justin Jefferson came off of a hot game on fire against the Green Bay Packers, who was supposed to have one of the better secondaries in the league, Justin Jefferson put up 180 some odd yards against that team and made it look easy. And Darius Slay, excuse me.
Call you Big Play?
Yeah, it's gonna no. That's either be Big Play or Slay. If I hear the D name, I got a problem.
Hey Darius.
Big Play Slay slayed him on Monday night, holding Justin Jefferson to under 50 yards receiving. Under 50 yards receiving, which in turn led us into the next following game that we turned around on a short week and got ready to get back on the road as we went down to Washington to get ready to face the Washington Commanders, and Carson freaking Wentz. Now, for some of you out there, you know, you got your Folesians, you got your Carson Wentz guys. You know, I'm in the camp. I love Carson for what he did. Things got messed up. Carson became no good. He became really bad. He had to go. You know, it's not personal. It's just business. All right. So going up against Carson again this past weekend in Washington, D.C., a game which I did attend with my son and a friend of mine. We had a great time down there in the end zone, row one. We didn't get the high five any of the players, nothing like that. But damn it, I felt like I was on the field. All right. And damn it, was it a great win to see as the Philadelphia Eagles again took care of business. Nothing personal, just business. But they sacked Carson Wentz 9 times. Now, we all knew going into the game, one of the reasons why we got rid of Carson Wentz is because he holds the freaking ball, man. The Eagles were able to put up 400 yards of total offense on 68 plays. They were 5 for 15 on third downs, which isn't really that great, all right? You know, that's pretty much 33% on third downs. So we got to be better there. And maybe that's something that played into the second half, because I've got to believe that those numbers were more so in the second half of the game, because on the first half of the game, we was humming, okay? Especially after that first quarter, we were humming, all right? However, we were 2 for 3 on fourth downs in this particular game, which is great. And if you could be 60%, 66% on fourth down plays that you try to go for, depending on where you go for them, that is a momentum changer. That is a backbreaker to a defense that they have you stopped on third down and you're willing to go for it on fourth down, and 66% of the time, you're hitting it. All right? So that's a great thing. Now, the Eagles are off to a 3-0 start. I'm not here to kill you with the stats today, all right? Today, I am here to let you enjoy in all the victory and the last victory that we just had. Now, again, the Philadelphia Eagles are off to a hot 3-0 start. Now, this is the best start that we've had, a 3-0 start that we've had since 2004. And everyone knows in 2004, that was the year we went to the Super Bowl, okay? Jalen Hurts, coming into the season, was my dark horse MVP. Why was he my dark horse MVP? Well, when you add an A.J. Brown to an offense that led the league in rushing, okay, you almost get a situation like you have in Tennessee. You got to come up to play Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. You can't leave him one-on-one because there ain't nobody in the league that can guard him one-on-one, because even if he's not open, man, my man A.J. 1K always open. Always open. You throw it up. No 50-50 balls. They 70-30 balls. And now he done affected how Devontae Smith plays. And Devontae Smith, my man was out there balling. We're talking about 160 some odd yards in the first half of the game. My man was out there looking like he did in his last time playing for Alabama in the national championship game, when my man was scampering all through the field and put up all those points in the first half and had a little injury and they wouldn't let him play, or he couldn't play in the second half. Okay, so he is showing that he is back in the form and he's capable of being able to do this. And they haven't even gotten the chance to really switch these guys up and put A.J. Brown in the slot and let Quez Watkins go outside and run some of these routes, or switch it up and put Devontae Smith in the slot and let Quez Watkins be outside, or switch it up. Or whatever. They doing it, man. The offense is coming together. We looking alive. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the offense. We have the number one. Okay, we got the number one offense in the game right now. All right, says the numbers here. We're putting up 447 yards per game. 447 yards per game. We are putting on your head, and you seeing how we're getting it done right there, right now. Okay, Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, but right now, I think we gotta call Philly the new Gotham City. Why? Because we got Batmans flying around this motherfucker. I mean, Batman. We got swole Batman. We got skinny Batman. We got fast Batman, and in the last game, we saw swole and skinny Batman take flight.
Because y'all know y'all see him with the dark visor, swole, and, you know, he just looked like a swole Batman. Y'all cannot tell me he look like a swole Batman. Devontae is a skinny Batman. Quez is a fast Batman. So we got three Batmans on the team, but we got one swole, one skinny, one fast.
Any Robins?
No Robins. We don't got no backups, no Robins. We got no sidekicks. We got nothing but Batmans. You know what I'm saying? They boys fly. Letting it fly.
Take flight and get in that paint, get in that end zone. Oh yeah, this today's show is about being hyped. Today's show is about getting off to a great start, knowing that you good and being good and showing that you good every single week. It ain't about staying humble. No. You know we coming. We know we here, and you know we coming. All right, so I'm great. I'm happy. The defense has been balling. Again, 9 sacks on Carson Wentz over this past weekend against the Washington Redskins. And what I saw, and we'll get into it later in the week, we're going to break down a little bit of film as we look and go into the next game against Doug Peterson and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, I know Doug Peterson doesn't play, but we all know he is our old coach. So this game, again, same thing with Carson. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal, all right? We just got to go and take care of business, all right? And when Doug comes back in here, all right, we got to let him know the culture that he set here and the culture that we still have established here. And right now, he got a young team, and they're not ready, okay? They're not ready to get to where we're trying to go, and we can't let nobody stand in our way, all right? This team right here, they're not ready. It's going to be a great game. I don't want to get too far into Jacksonville just yet, because I'm talking about our Philadelphia Eagles. We know the numbers. We know the hot starts we've been off to. Jalen Hurts is most definitely looking like an MVP. And I touched on it a little bit earlier about how Jalen Hurts was my dark horse MVP. And why, again, you know, and not only that, the way the defense has been playing, I know that this team is going to get tons of offensive possessions. Watching Jalen Hurts through the offseason, watching him go and train out in California, watching him get together with his receiving corps, you only know that a player is going to get better. And last year was his first year starting. You know, yeah, he came in and got a couple games and things like that. Last year was his first year starting. He then was in the same offensive system, and everybody joked about that in the offseason. Jalen Hurts is finally in the same offensive system for back-to-back seasons since he was with his dad. And it made it seem like that's something that's not important. When everyone else, when they talk about teams, and they talk about quarterbacks, they talk about the consistency. That's what they talk about. They talk about the chemistry. They talk about being fluent. They talk about how you want to build off of last year, and you're in the same system, and you know where guys are supposed to be, and you know where the plays are running. You know how to get in and out of plays. So those things are important. So with Jalen Hurts being able to have those things in the way that Nick Sirianni is going to coach this team, and with us having one of the best offensive lines in the league, it only lends you to see how teams would have to play. And I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts has it easy right now, but what I'm saying is that he has done what he's supposed to do to be able to lead this team. He has a lethal team. This team is loaded offensively, defensively, special teams. It's still something left to desire. All right, and that's going to be a talk for another time. But our Philadelphia Eagles, man, off to a fast 3-0 start of wins over the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Washington Commanders. Okay? Number 1 defense in the league, number 1 offense in the league, and that's how you get it done. I don't care what you say. I don't care who we played, how you feel about who we played. You play who's on your schedule. All right? And you act accordingly. Yeah, we got to do something about these second halves. We got to be able to put our foot on the gas, and if not, for nothing else, be able to pound the team away, be able to pound the clock away. All right? We got to be able to take advantage. We scored against Washington in the second quarter with no time left on the clock on the 4th down. That was great. First thing I thought, we're going to get points. We're going to get the ball right out of half. We're going to get some more points and put them up. But we didn't. Okay? Our defense held up, and we were able to shut them out and not really have to, endure a comeback and try to get things going again. Well, it's a couple things that we got to clean up. But I tell you what, 3-0 feels damn good. And I'll take 3-0 and have to clean up some things because we ain't been playing the best. This show's not about Miami right now. I'll talk about some of those other teams another time, but I'd rather be the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-0 than be Miami at 3-0. Because I think Miami's 3-0 is fool's gold. I mean, let's be real. They should have lost their last 2 games. The Ravens gave up 24 points in the 4th quarter. Where they do that at? Okay? And then last week, the Bills were out 6 players on defense. Josh Allen and them had the ball for 40 minutes and put up 400 yards of total offense, and still had a chance to win the game and should have won the game, and they didn't. So take nothing away from a win, because if we were sitting here at 3-0, licking our wounds, barely making it, I would be like, hey, I'm 3-0, and that's all that matters. So I'm sure that's what they're saying. But let's enjoy it for right now as the Philadelphia Eagles are 3-0, and on the next episode, we'll take a look at Doug Peterson, Travis Etienne, the running back Robinson. We'll take a look at the quarterback for Jacksonville, and we'll take a look at some of the receivers that they have. Jacksonville's a young, talented team. I thought they were a young, talented team last year. Urban Meyer was just a fucking disaster, all right? But that's all I got for today. Enjoy the victory, enjoy the wins, and let's not share in the agony of defeat. I'm your boy, TK, and this is TK Sports Talk. We gone.